Hello and welcome everyone to my stream. Today, instead of playing Final Fantasy 14, we're going to cover the live letter that's going on right now. I'm actually pretty late to it due to Minisphere. I had to get him down before I could go live. But I'm here. I hope you guys are ready. I'm waiting on one more person to show up, and then we'll start. Maybe two. My brother's supposed to join, so. As soon as he clicks the link and joins in, we shall go. All right. Give it a minute. See if he joins here in a minute. If not, then we'll just go. I'm not sure how long they're going. I believe this is the last live letter they have until the end. Looks like they might have just ended. Oh no, I can just skip ahead. I'm not gonna skip ahead though because I want to cover everything. For those who are just joining me, welcome. Thank you for being here. I know I'm new at this. Kinda. Well, I haven't really done too much in the last while since Minisphere has been born. Real quick. Hopefully he'll be joining here in a second. I told him I sent him the link earlier, and he's like, okay. And we'll see. Well, I'm not going to wait any longer. Let's start this baby off. Let me skip this a little bit. I don't know how long it takes till they start. There we go. Whew. Almost 10 minutes before they even started. There we go.
皆さんおはようございます。Good evening or good morning everyone. 第67回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブの直前テスト放送をお送りしております。本番はこの後日本時間午前11時約45分後ですけれども、それに先駆けまして映像音声問題ないか放送用の本番チャンネルで最終チェックをさせてください。So, the letter from the producer live number 67 will begin in about 45 minutes. But before that, let us confirm that everything works fine. I mean, both videos and audio are working fine. So if you find anything, any problems, or if you are good, please leave your comment on your chat. Today we are streaming simultaneously to YouTube, Twitch, and Nico Nico. And for some reasons, at yesterday's test streaming, we only streamed 720p to Twitch, but today we confirmed 1080. So we are streaming 1086 FPS to all channels. 今日も YouTube、ニコニコ生放送、Twitch の3チャンネルで同時に生放送を行っております。で、何か問題ありましたら、それぞれご覧のチャンネルで問題あるよとかないよとか、いい場合も教えていただければと思います。で、昨日ちょっと、トラブルいまして、Twitch が実は 720p でしかお送りできてなかったんですけども、今日は 1080p でお送りしておりますので、全チャンネル 1080p、60fps でご覧いただけるようになっております。大丈夫でしょうかね。じゃあちょっと皆さん、技術チームが確認している間に、ちょっとしたクイズをご紹介したいと思います。今日は私、パーフェクト アレキサンダーシャツを着ておりますが、前回着ていたパーフェクトアレキサンダーシャツとちょっとした違いがあります。さあ、それは何でしょうか。While our technical people are confirming the video and audio, I have a mini quiz for you. The shirts I'm wearing, perfect Alexander t-shirts. What I am wearing today, there is a difference between what I am wearing now and what I was wearing last time. What was that?
Oh, he was wearing a perfect shirt. It wasn't Perfect Alexander. It was one of the other primals. Perfect God, what was it?
カラーの色じゃないです。カラー。吉田さんが黒を着てましたね。
It was perfect.
The last time 吉田さん was wearing the black one, but I was wearing the white one.
I don't know. It's a perfect something. It was another summon. Which one
前
was
回っ
it?
て私いつ着てたんだっけ ?TGS の
Yeah, no, Bahamut, Perfect Bahamut, maybe.
PLL の時は吉田さんじゃなかったっけいや、2人同
I
時に
remember
覚
seeing
えて
it.
ないサイズ、サイズじゃないです。It's not size. 難しいですよ。洗ってない。違います。洗ってます。はい。じゃあ、ちょっとね、あんまり時間取ってもらうので、正解は、この印刷、プリントの印刷位置がちょっと上に上がりました。So the answer is the print position on the front is slightly moved up. 前回のは制作途中バージョンでした。最終版じゃなかったんですね。でもうちょっと上の方がかっこいいんじゃないかということで、こちら最終版ね、かっこいいですね。最終版はこうなりました。はい。以上です。ではここでですね、映像音声問題ないということなので、今日も中継で通訳をしてくれるあゆみさんとちゃんと会話ができるかを確認したいと思います。So now I want to confirm if I can talk smoothly with あゆみさん who will help our translation today. では呼び込みましょう。あゆみさんおはようございます。Good morning あゆみさん。Good evening あゆみさん。
Good morning, good evening. お疲れ様です。
皆さんに、
はい、アメリカの、徳武あゆみです。制約の方を務めさせていただきます。This is Amy from Square Enix in America.
ということで、今日もあゆみさんよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。Good to be here.
皆さん問題ないでしょうか。あゆみさんとあゆみさんの映像音声も問題なく確認できているかお知らせください。Please let us know if you can see and hear あゆみさん 's voice and the video. 大丈夫でしょうかね。あゆみさん。
はい、
髪の色変わりましたねってコメントしてくださってる方いっぱいいますよ。
気づいてもらった。Yay, thank you. People noticed. I've changed the color of my hair to pink this time. ピンク色にしました。なんだろう、テーマカラーをちょっと拾ってみたかったなという。最初は青で、
青かったですね。
うちのアメリカのオフィスのトニーさんの真似をして青にしてみたんですけど。Yeah, trying to pick up on the different theme colors or the tones that you see in Archie art in Endwalker. I know there's a lot of blues and pinks. So the first time I did blue, one of my colleagues, Tony, had his hair like blue, so I imitated him. This time I'm pink.
Okay.
はい。そしてどうやら問題なさそうですね。Yeah, we see no issue with あゆみさん 's audio as well. じゃあ問題なければ大丈夫ですか？大丈夫ですか？
I know they're trying to set up
So we got a green light from our tech people. So ではテスト放送はこの辺にさせていただきまして、一旦二重に戻しますが、そのままチャンネルはそのままにしておいていただければ、午前11時あと40分後ぐらいですね。に本番が始まりますので、ぜひとも最初から見逃さずにご覧いただければと思いますので、どうぞよろしくお願いします。So now we are wrapping up the test now, and then we are going back to the cover art for now. But if you stay here, we will start the actual PLL in about 40 minutes, 38 minutes technically. ではまた後ほどお会いしましょう。一旦失礼します。See you soon.
We'll skip ahead. I do like that art though. Alright, let's skip ahead to...
67回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブをお送りしたいと思います。Good evening everyone. Welcome to Final Fantasy 14 Letter from the Producer Live Part 67. 皆さんにご挨拶お願いします。
はい。
Please introduce yourself, please.
Final Fantasy 14 producer 兼ディレクターの吉田です。Hi guys, my name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy 14. よろしくお願いします。
Scott's my drink, man. Got you
そ
wrong.
して進行を務めますコミュニティチームモルコルこと室内です。よろしくお願いいたします。And my name is Toshio Murouchi, your global community producer, and I will do MC stuff for today's streaming. はい、そして今日は、前回に引き続き、日本語と英語のフルにバイリンガルの放送でお送りしますので、第3のメンバーをここでご紹介したいと思います。So please let me introduce the third member of today's streaming. As same as last time, today's streaming will be fully bilingual and available both Japanese and English. So let me introduce Aimi さん。おはようございます。
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning. This is Ayumi from Square
Good
Enix
night.
America. I'll be helping the translations today.
Where I
Square
live.
Enix アメリカの竹あゆみです。今日の通訳を務めさせていただきます。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
There he is.
では物事を始める前に今日がどのように進行するかを簡単にご説明させてください。今日の放送は、今説明した通
Apparently, I'm
り
red AC today.
放送でお送りいたします。基本的に私、モルゴルは自分で言ったことを自分で
What'd you say?
That's I'm red AC.
This? I think it was the last one before Endwalker, so... Which I just got.
英語に直して発言します。で、
Here
吉田
today.
さんが、もろもろ日本語で説明
How's
し
the
たも
computer
のを
treating you?
ワイプに移す
Pretty good.
のもあゆみさん
Pretty
が
good.
英語に通訳してお送りするスタイルで進行していきますの
Except
で、よろしく
for
お願いし
trying to
ま
get
す。
orbs or
So please let
labs to
me
work. Other than
quickly
that,
explain how it works today.
You trying to get what to work?
Speak
not
Japanese
labs.
and
I
then
still
I
can't get
translate
labs
myself
very well.
into
But we
English.
can do
And
this
then Yoshida-san
right
will
now.
explain
kinda
everything in Japanese. And
So
then
now I can just play the
Ayumi-san
game
will
on
help
This for now, I
words
guess.
into English.
Yeah.
はい、ということで、
As long as it's working good enough.
よろしくお願いします。ではですね、ちょっとプロデューサーレター
What's Labs doing?
皆さんトレーラースタート
I don't know. The mic just keeps not working. I can't get the sound to work.
最初にですね、ちょっと皆さんにすいません、残念なニュースをお伝えしなければなりません。
So we are about to get started, and I'm sure many of you kind of expected perhaps a
We're a
trailer.
little
would
behind
play
right
at
now
the
because I
very
didn't
beginning
realize
of
they were
our
already live.
broadcast,
And I just
but,
got
there's
down,
one
so.
important, an unfortunate news that we will need to share today.
Well, I have some news, Mike. Daniel.
させていただきますが、
My car's
11
total.
月23日
What?
発売
Already? You
予定
just
の月
got
の
it.
フィナーレですが、
Yeah.
申し訳ございません。
How did it get totaled?
間に合いませんでした。すいません。
Huh?
How did it get
So
totaled?
we'll explain the reasonings
I got in a
later.
small accident, and
Just
like
to
I barely
sincerely
hit the person.
that
Like,
the
I
Endwalker expansion that was
barely hit the
planned,
person,
I'm afraid, will
and
not be in time
it
for
like
that timing. So
it
we
hit my
sincerely
bumper,
apologize.
and the bumper like cracked, but the hood of the car also cracked, and then nothing went like it didn't push it up or anything. Like I literally barely touched the guy, and just the small amount of impact, what it did was it broke the brackets on my lights, and each one of those brackets for my lights is $3,500 a piece.
Oh.
So that was $7,000 in parts for just the lights, and then not including the bumper and the hood. So all in all, the parts for the car to fix it was $16,000 something dollars.
Jeez.
And so the insurance company was like, "Well, that's not worth it. We're gonna total it."
Your new car you just got.
Yeah. Oh well. I'll walk away from the vehicle with no, like I won't owe any money,
Yeah.
but I won't.
Still
I'll
sucks.
probably have like $2,000 back from it total. and I paid $5,500 down, so I'll lose like $3,500. But oh well.
Crazy. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, freaking sucks, dude.
All right.
まあちょっと結論からお話しさせていただきますが、すいません、2週間延期をさせてください。
So to make a long story short, we want to seek your forgiveness that we will be delaying the release of the expansion pack by 2 weeks.
What?
正式な発売日をですね、12月7日とさせていただいて、アーリーアクセスのスタートをですね、11月19日予定だったのを12月3日とすいません、させてください。
And so the release date will now be shifted to December the 7th, and early access, which was originally planned for November 19th. I'm terribly sorry, but this will also be shifted to December the 3rd. Again, we apologize.
まあ理由としては、一言で言うとすいません、僕のわがままです。
Doesn't look like a joke.
And the reason behind that, and if I were to sum it up in just a few words, is I'm sorry again, but this is a very selfish reason.
まあインタビューでもちょっとお伝えしてた通り、今回のその行月のフィナーレは、まあ過去最大のもう拡張なのは本当に、まあ、作ってる自分らがよくわかるんですけど、間違いなく、まあ、尋常じゃないボリュームを、まあ、なんとか作ってきて、開発チームのみんなもものすごい努力で、正直物量に関しては押し込めてます。それだけで言えば予定をする状態でした。
No, not this late.
And I touched upon this during some of the interviews, but Endwalker is definitely going to be one of the largest expansions that we have worked on. And coming from the team and kind of experiencing firsthand the production of this expansion, we know there's a lot of stuff that's going into this expansion. And in terms of like all of the content that we've stuffed in there, those were all moving according to plan.
ただですね、それと同時に今回、まあ、9番から11年かけてやってきたハイデリング・ソフィア編という、まあ、一つ目の大きなサーガのラストということで、皆さんにこう伏線の回収とかをとにかく誤解のないように取り違いがないようにっていうので、まあ、徹底してクオリティ調整をやってきて、まあ、本当に僕にしかわからないと思うんですけど、どうしてもこのタイミングでやりきっておきたいっていう部分があってですね、まあ、ひたすらごめんなさい。ひたすらすいません、調整をかけてたらですね、最後のマスター QA の期間をちょっと食いつぶしてしまうっていう状態になりました。
But at the same time, this is a saga that we have been working on since the original Final Fantasy XIV, so for about 11 years now. And this is the sort of last part of the Heidelin Zodiac saga. And there are so many foreshadowing and lore that had been established that we wanted to make sure that we're tying up all the loose ends so that there are no misunderstanding, misinterpretation. I was very particular about making sure that these have been thoroughly examined. And these might be things so subtle that only I am aware of these, but I really wanted to make sure that we were very thorough about this. And I just continued with making these adjustments and reviewing and revising and refining that it ate into some of the master QA time.
正直マスターのスケジュールで言えばほんの数営業日の差だったんですけど、やっぱり今回、まあ、皆さんもお気づきの通り、まあ、史上最大の混雑が予想される状態で、やっぱりマスター QA の期間っていうのは安定性に非常に大きく関わるところなので、まあ、これを 強引な縮め方をして、でも無理に出すこの2週間っていうのが本当にいいことなのかっていうのを、すごい悩んだんですけど、すいません。先週の金曜日です、決断したのも。本当遅くてすいません。
And it was just a matter of a few business days in terms of our schedule for Master QA. But considering, and I'm sure everybody is aware, with congestion and the access that we are experiencing and just the influx of people, we wanted to take the appropriate time for Master QA because it does relate to the stability of our build. And when trying to evaluate, is this appropriate to release and enforce it, I was very much torn on making that decision, but I had to draw the line somewhere, and I really apologize. This is something that we kind of finalized and made the decision as of last Friday, so it is very sudden.
Damn.
ここまで11年
All right, well,
プ
my
ロデューサーとディ
countdown
レクター
streams have
を
been
や
now
ってきて、
completely wrong.
常々こう一人でやってるので折り合いをつけてきたんですけど、ちょっと1回目の集大成ってことがあって、自分の中でも
This
ど
may
う
not
して
be the
も
last
折り合
live
い
letter
が
then.
つかなくて、ちょっとディレクターのわがままをすいません、抑えきれない状態になってしまいました。すいません。
And being producer and director over the course of 11 years, I myself was the producer and director. So in a lot of cases, I was able to just deal with it and move on. But considering this is our first culmination, a finale of sorts, I really couldn't compromise. And just the director in me really wanted to push this thought. So again, I'm sorry.
以前その
Number 3rd then.
ヘブンズワードの時かな、春ですと言って初夏になったことはあったんですけど、自分自身こう
because I know a lot of people who are been like took off work and stuff for this. I took vacation time for the week of November 20th. Oh, that's gonna suck for them because they're gonna expect this game to come out and not gonna be able to do it. They're gonna hopefully they can push it back their vacation time because they can't change it. That's gonna suck. Oh, damn it. Fuck, man, they're pushing it back. Well, oh well. I'd rather them push it back a couple of weeks than like, hey, we can't release it this year.
Sure.
So I think he one of his they had their big media interviews and stuff with all like the big YouTubers and stuff, went and met him, had questions with him. One of them, he made a joke with one. He's like, what's going to happen after the end of this? And he's like, well, we could return to a Venedil. And everybody's like, wait, what? You know what Venedil is, right?
Heck yeah, Final Fantasy 11.
Right? And he smiled, and then he's like, wait, what do you mean by that? And he just moved on. He didn't answer it, but he smiled and laughed. So they took it as a joke. But how cool. I had this joke with one of the other 14 YouTubers. I was like, what if it's like they put the shard together? You know how like in Shadowbringers the shard, is different shards, right?
Right.
Even different shards. What if they took it and like somehow he recreated the old world and it turned to be Final Fantasy 11? Like they took Final Fantasy 11, like redid it because they were planning on doing that, right? And he's in charge of both Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 11. What if he took all of Final Fantasy 11, redid it, remade it up, changed the story, brought it back as a new world?
I mean, I would like it. I don't know about changing the story because I think part of the story was badass. I mean, it didn't really have an overarching story, but I liked the difference. Like,
the Demon Lord
for example,
story.
Bastok had its own story. Windurst had its own story, and Sendoria had its own story. So
I like Sendoria. That was my
Sendoria's story was my favorite. But like, I don't know. I mean, it would be cool because, especially if you brought some of the weird mechanics from 11 and 14 together and made it work really well, it'd be pretty cool.
They actually been talking about there might be a chance that they're going to turn Final Fantasy 11. You know how 14 and 11 are 2 different subscriptions? They're thinking of just making it one subscription. So you pay like the $15 or whatever, but you get access to both games.
That'd be nice.
I know. I was like, yeah, I love that. Except I don't have time in the world to play 11.
Well, 11's easier now.
That'd be and then like
a lot different.
You know how World of Warcraft did Classic?
Yeah.
They were talking about how it would be interesting if they turned like Classic FF11 before like all the craziness happened. Or like you had the old, when we started playing.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be
turn
cool.
that into like FF Classic. And then you could join FF11 before like up to level like 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like level 55 or 50 again. The beginning levels were up to level 50.
Yeah.
Before you could go into the what's those called?
Hmm.
You know, I'm talking about the those places you use the black mage to teleport to, or white mage, I mean. Because the white mage would like cast a certain spell and you go to a certain area. The Craigs.
I don't know.
It's
been too long since I played. I never had teleport. I don't even remember teleport in 11.
You don't remember the teleport? That was 75. That was level 75.
I don't think I got that high.
Oh.
I quit like right when Treasures came out.
Yeah, well, that was before Treasures, though. It was in Prometheus of Promethea, the Promethea expansion, where you traveled inside the crystal at the Craig, and then you had to fight.
Yeah. Those weird dark worlds. I actually like those. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, those weird things where you have to go through different levels, and then you have to like open up the boss area and then fight the boss, and then if you all died, you have to redo it again.
All right, let's God, bad news already. Oh well, let's hope there's some good news with this. They better give us some good news. Tell us some more stuff. Something we don't know yet. You can tell this is bothering him. He cares, and he knows it's going to disappoint a lot of people.
I remember when we did Heaven's Word, we mentioned the release time was going to be springtime, but it ended up being early summer. But this is, gosh, the first time, and not just with 14, but just throughout my entire career that
I'm glad they didn't push it back to Christmas. That would have sucked.
Release date and had to delay it. So again,
I guess they'll give me time to play the new Pokemon game. That'll come out the 19th.
There's a new Pokemon game.
Oh, they're remaking the Shining Pearl and Diamond. It actually looks really good. Alright. Yeah, we good, dude. Tell us something good. Come on. I need good news. My heart can't take another bad news.
パッチをもう、分割して出そうかとか。
But the comments are not very happy. Actually, I think the comments are probably like, we understand. It's okay.
考えたんですけど、もともとね、そういう風に作られてるわけじゃないので。
Took vacation.
なんか品質をすいません、今回はちょっと優先させてください。すいません。
And I understand some of you had taken days off for this, and I know that people have been preparing for this, and
he understands.
We try to think if there was any way to do this, like, can we split it up into patches and release it at separate timings, or do we just make a bold step and cut some of the elements? But that's not how our content is made, fortunately. And so this time we really wanted to prioritize bringing you the best quality. So again, I'm really sorry it came to this.
It's fine. I rather have the full thing than have to break it down. Because he's ending the story at 6.0. Like they're not, this isn't Shadowbringers.
2週間で足りんのかっていうお声も、ちょっとね、こっち側にコメントがあるんで、コメントも。
You know how in like Shadowbringers they had, ended in 5.0, whatever, 6.0, whatever it was 5. But then like the story continued all the way up to 5.5. And then that was the last end of that storyline before the next expansion. This is ending at 6.0. We're getting the new story in 6.1. Like a brand new, something's going to happen in 6.0 that's going to change everything. We don't know how it's going to change. But in 6.1, we're going to see what that change is. So that's why I think this is why they're doing it. They're like, do we break it up and make it 6.1 to continue the story, or just push it back 2 weeks? That way we can send it to. So hopefully don't have to push it back again. That's all I'm saying.
すいません、拝見してるんですけど、大丈夫です。もうほぼほぼ終わってるので、あとは本当に QA を最後徹底していければ、それに関しては大丈夫なので、まあ本当はね、一周でもっていう選択肢があったぐらいなんですけど、まあ、しっかり安定性取りたいっていうのと、あとやっぱり後ろに続くパッチのスケジュールっていうところに対してサポートもねしっかりさせていただきたいので、まあ、そう考えるとすいません2週間っていう方が安全だというふうに判断させていただきました。
And I noticed there were some comments saying that is 2 weeks going to be enough? And thank you for those comments. From that standpoint, we're okay. It's just a matter of doing thorough QA at this point, and we should be fine. There were talks about do we take 2 weeks of QA or 1 week of QA, but again, we wanted to make sure that we are testing for stability. And plus, we also need to have support for the patch schedule following the expansion. So yeah, we decided that 2 weeks would be our safe bet.
いや、自分でもここまでなんだろう作っててなんか思ってた以上になんか思い入れが自分で思ってた以上にすごかったんだなと思って、まあ特に9番から遊んでくださってるねレガシーの方たちにこう9番のねを含めての今回、まあ、答え合わせだったりするので、もうちょっとこだわりすぎかなと自分でも思うんですけど、次にね14がさらにこう進んでいくためにもどうしても一回やりきっておきたかったので、すいません、よろしくお願いします。
And I didn't even realize that I had put so much of myself in there, and just my emotions have kind of grown attached to this expansion, and it was very unexpected that I would feel so much about this. But I think players, especially those who've been with us since the original, our legacy players, can understand. But this is not just a finale, but it's looking at the entire story saga and kind of looking at the different loose ends and seeing those come to a conclusion. So I know I may have been a little too nitpicky or very particular about all of what's going into this expansion, but considering we're going to move on and continue the story after we have made a sort of milestone with this saga, I think I needed to make sure that we are giving it our all and we're doing all that we can for this expansion.
まあそうですね、コメントにもありますけど、とにかく延期の判断が遅い、報告が遅いっていうのは本当おっしゃる通りだと思います。まあ本当決断したのが先週の金曜日で、社内で同じ取締役の三宅さんにも 報告しに行ったら、いいんだよと、あなたがここまでやってきたタイトルだからいいんだけど、判断遅えよって怒られました。おっしゃる通りだと思います。
And I'm seeing in the comments, people are saying that, hey, that's really late in terms of when you made the decision about delaying the release. And
That's what I say, yeah.
I understand. I totally understand.
Like a
we
week and
made
a
this
half.
decision
I
last
even-
Friday, and I consulted the board of directors, and one of the board members, Mr. Miyake, had mentioned, sure, this worked because it's a game you're working on, but this is way too late in terms of making a decision. So I understand.
Yeah, it's exactly
and
2 weeks from
I
today.
agree that it is a very late decision.
All right, so we have
ちょっ
4
とこ
weeks
こまで
from today.
積み上げてきた信頼性っていうところもね、今回これでちょっと失う部分あるかなとは思うんですけど、そこに関しては今までもそうだったように、6.0 の内容とね、それから6.1 以降、6.1 の開発ももう結構進んでるので、それらを
Dude, just waiting
またア
this
ップデ
long
ート
is
しなが
killing
ら
me.
一歩ずつ取り戻していけるように頑張ろうと思いますので、すいません、よろしくお願いします。
And I'm sure this kind of breaks some of the trust that we have built with you over the
it's
course
fine.
of this game. And I own up to it. I understand that people might feel very betrayed, but just like we did with our previous content, we will continue to strive
All right.
hard with not only
They've earned
6.0
enough
and Walker, but
love
with
that
content
we understand.
beyond that for 6.1 and onward. We are progressing with the production of 6.1, and so we're hoping that with these
Okay, you should be
updates,
pick
we
up your head.
can,
All right, man.
earn your trust again, and so your continued support is greatly appreciated.
I love how much you can tell how much he cares.
さて、では、ね、謝り続けてても、
You know, Blizzard, you wouldn't see this. They'd be like, "Oh, shut up! We can't
ち
come
ょっと
out
ス
now."
ケジュール
Just
の
shut up.
方、お知らせ
Stop
改めて
complaining.
させていただこうと思います。じゃあ、パワーポイント。
Yoshi P's over here like, "It's my fault. It's my fault. Please forgive me."
So yeah, I can keep apologizing, but it's not gonna make the master checks any
All right.
quicker. So let us move on, and I would like to quickly go over the schedule.
さて、パッチ 6.0 だけではなく
Two weeks isn't too
て、
bad.
レシピ等々もあるので、6.05 までのスケジュールを
They could have pushed
改め
elevated
て
back at
お知らせ
Christmas.
しま
It'll
す。
make you have to wait till Christmas to
Okay,
buy
so
it.
the schedule. This is not just for 6.0 expansion, but because we do have Savage raids as well, I will cover the schedule up to 6.05.
はい、では、
So the first update.
まず、日付の和解順からになりますが、改めてすいません、
Early access
11月19日予定だった、アーリーアクセスのスタートを12月3日とさせてください。
12/3, so on the 3rd.
So we will go in chronological order, but early access, which was
Under a
originally planned for November 19th. Again, I'm terribly sorry, but we are going to be shifting that to December the 3rd.
はい。で、その次がですね、正式
Official launch
発売日、
7th.
改めて12月7日とさせていただきます。
And then as for the release,
They should just say their
timing,
official
this
launch
will
is the 3rd
be
because you know everybody
December
is going to
7th.
play this. They already pre-ordered it.
そし
I
て
want
で
to
す
play
ね、
Reaper, man. It's killing me.
12月21日、その正式サービス開始から2週間後の火曜日ですね、12月21日に、パッチ 6.01、ここでレイドが、ノーマルの方ですね、スター
Part
トし
1 of
ま
the
す。
raid, yeah. Pandemonium looks. I heard it looks
And December
badass.
21st, this would be 2 weeks. The Tuesday, 2 weeks following the launch of the expansion, will be patch 6.01. This is where we'll be implementing the normal mode for the raid.
そしてですね、お正月休みをすいません、挟む形になりますが、2022年、1月4日にパッチ 6.05 実装ということで、こちらで霊式を開放し
So the
て、
first
アラガントームストーンの上位修正
gear
源がか
set
かる
will
方です
be
ね。
6.
と、それから新式装備
Okay.
等々の追加を行います。
And then this will be after the New Year holidays, but on January the 4th, we will implement patch
It's your birthday.
6.05, which is where we will open up the Savage Raid. And then for the new tombstones, the ones with the weekly cap will be added. And then the new gear will be added as well.
もともとのスケジュールでね、霊式攻略のための固定パーティー、レイドチームを作ってね、スケジュールをすいません、調整していただいてたと思うんですけど、本当申し訳ないです。年明けスタートとさせてください。年内にね、すべての僕ら準備を整えて、年明けすぐにパッチがリリースできるように、準備をさせていただきます。
I'm sure raiders out there were coordinating on statics and setting up your schedule based on the previous version. But again, I'm terribly sorry. This will be the timing. It will be after the new year that the Savage Raids will open up. We will make preparations as much as possible before the calendar year ends so that we can jump into the new year and work on the updates.
運営開発が進めてないんじゃっていうお声をすいませんいただいてますが大丈夫です。ちゃんとそこも計算して日程は決めているので、実際ノーマルと霊式の方はもう完成してバランス調整も実際には終わっていて、あとはマージって言ってそのパッチを出すための準備を年内営業日中にやってという形になりますので。大丈夫です。
It'll be a dead guild. I might as well leave the guild.
I appreciate the comments worrying about our staff, but will people be able to take some time off at the calendar year end and in the New Year's? But thank you. That has been taken into consideration, and it is part of the scheduling that we have done. The actual content
for
normal
you just joined us. Welcome.
Raids are complete, and the balance
they pushed the date back for the release.
All we need to do
December
is
3rd,
set up the merge. And so that will be the process that we'll be handling during the calendar, the end of the calendar year, during our business days. So we should be fine. And
sucks, but if it has to be, it has to be. I'd rather have it done and out and not broken.
はい。まあ、さっきもお話しした通り、コンテンツはもう仕上がってはいるので、まあ、僕がとにかくこだわって調整してたのは、ストーリー周り、カットシーン周り、キャラクターのモデリングのクオリティとかなので、コンテンツに関しては大丈夫です。もうそういう意味だと、バトルチームとは、ジョブのさらに調整をひたすら続けつつ、どっちかというとコンテンツチームはもう 6.1 の方をガリガリやってるので、絶の調整も始まりつつあるので、はい、大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。
But yeah, rest assured, the content themselves have already been built. The parts where it required that additional time was the things that I needed to look at, like the story, the cutscenes, the character modeling, the quality, just tweaking the quality of the character modeling.
So release the jobs just now.
The rest of the team is working
not the whole expansion, just the jobs that we can get.
Fine-tuning of the job balances as well as content for 6.1. And they're working hard.
That'd be awesome. It's like, hey, we're releasing Reaper
and
content now.
I know some of the teams
that
are
way
working
people
on
are waiting for the expansion to level them up.
The ultimate
I'd be like, hell yeah.
さて、すいません。では、改めて以上お知らせになります。本当すいませんが、あとはもういつもの PLL として。すみません、やらせていただきます。この後、当然ね、放送見られてない方もいらっしゃるので、トピックスの方で、僕の方から改めて、発売日2週間延期について、トピックスも出させていただきますので、PLL ね、リアルタイムでね、ご覧いただけてない方は、すみません、そちらの方もご確認いただければと思います。
So yeah, that kind of concludes that first part where we needed to relay all this information. And so from here on out, we will get back to our regularly scheduled letter from the producer live. Now, we understand that not everybody is watching this broadcast in real time. So we do intend on making a lodestone topics post regarding this 2-week delay of the release of the expansion. And so for those who may have missed this broadcast in real time, we do encourage you to look it up on the topics as well.
Oh, well.
ここで1点この先進めていくんですけど、その前にちょっと1点だけちょっと補足させていただきたいんですけど、ちょっとちらほらコメントもあったんですけど、吉田さん、もう一回コメント見てもらっていいですか。吉田さんが皆さんから見て画面の左側を見てるシーンが今日たびたびあると思いますけど、今日のこのスタジオ、PLL スタジオのセットアップ上、あっち側に皆さんのコメントが流れてる専用のスクリーンがあって、吉田さんがあっち側を向いているときは放送に集中してないんじゃなくて、皆さんのコメントを読んでいるということなのでよろしくお願いいたします。
He's explained that the screen. I think he's explained the screens over there, and they're reading your chat. That's why he's like doing this.
From your point of view. And
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That doesn't mean Yoshida-san is not concentrating on the streaming. And then
People are thinking he's like concentrating on something else, but he's actually trying to read the comments. Yeah, see.
And then when
he's got like a screen like right here.
That means he's reading your comments.
はい、ニコニコも YouTube も Twitch もすべてこちら側に3スクリーンで拝見してますんで。
Yes, these comments, we have these on 3 different channels, but all 3 channels are on, we're tracking the comments on this monitor.
Man, that's crazy, because some of these channels, their comments
上
are
火ラ
like
ップしろ
this.
っていうのもちゃんと
And you like give no time to
僕
read
の
them.
ラップごときでそれになるんだったら全然いいですけど。
I know a lot of streamers have a lot of
Apparently,
comments
some
coming
people
in
are
a lot.
expecting Yoshida to rap
What they do is
about
they
his
slow it
apology,
down like
but
a lot.
that,
They can try to read the
that's
comments as they
what
come.
satisfies people,
But most of the
sure,
time you
but
miss a ton of them. That's why a lot of channels
まあ
don't read the super
わ
chats.
びラップをやってもね、ゲームが盛り上がるわけじゃないので、トレーラーを行こうかなと思います。ローンチトレーラー、準備できてますんで。
So yeah, I don't think the game itself will get any more exciting if I were to start rapping about the apology. So, but we do have a trailer for you to look at that is ready to show.
Ooh, a new trailer? Is this a new one?
さあ、では、準備の方はスタッフ大丈夫ですかね。
大丈夫そうですね。
皆さんも大丈夫ですか。
Ready?
1回目というか、日本語でいきます、今回は。すいません、私の母国言語である日本語版でいきたいと思います。
So we're going to play this trailer. Apologies, it's going to be in Japanese. It's so that Yoshida, it's in Yoshida's native language. So we will be playing back this trailer.
それでは、ローンチトレーラーになります。どうぞ。
I don't mind it being Japanese. I just want to know if it's a new trailer. There's going to be anything new in it. Those look new.
そうしてまたお前は一歩を踏み出した。それがやがて世界を
I kind of wish it was English because I don't know what they're saying.
今の私たち
Oh, the moon. Going to the moon. Oh, I think you're leaving. You're leaving for Chilean. Yeah, this is probably you getting on the boat. The head for the Chilean people. Charlie, I can never talk. Dungeon. Look at that. Color mode.
ここは風が冷たすぎるよ。
それは道しるべであり、あなたを人を試す
Who
も
is
の。
this gonna be? Idling in person?
So you started over the game yet?
I have with a character I'm only streaming right now.
その真なる輝きを
Where are you at in the story now?
Oh, that's the one from I know that guy. I fought that guy in Final Fantasy VII.
苦しみを
So
それ
cool.
以外に
Probably one of
何
the
を
first
望む
trials.
というの。
Reaper. Reaper.
空が燃えてる。本当に週末が来た たんだわ。
まことこの世は絶望ばかりがすり寄ってきよる。
なくさせない。
Damn, this is gonna be a creepy ass. Look at this.
私たちじゃ逃げる道を選ぶことしかできないの。
この星はまだ終わるには早すぎるんだよ。それは絶望と悲嘆が渦巻く場所に現れ、命を賭して戦うものだという。
Getting chills. Zodiac. Oh, they're gonna finally bring Zodiac out.
The Battle of Zodiac.
Yeah, the Asian's god, you know, the opposite of Hygelin.
Yeah.
I wanted to take them both on. Now I gotta hear that in English so I kind of understand what's happening.
君たちが仲間として隣にいてくれる。ありがとう。
I wonder if someone's gonna die this expansion.
これも後回しにせずに伝えておきたかったんだ。終わりは誰の近くにもあるとそう感じたから。
Goosebumps, man.
はい、トレーラーご覧いただきました。Here is a launch trailer of the Endwalker。
まずはですね、多言語版も。
Oh, take a break for a second. Oh my god. So yeah, my plan is when this launches, I don't want to stream the story right away because people don't want to be spoiled. So my plan is to keep streaming the other new character I created, the Mirror Sphere Origins. I'll keep doing playthroughs with that on the Summoner because they're changing Summoner like crazy. Do you see the Summoner one? Did you see how they changed the jobs?
Not yet.
All right, well, we'll do that after here in a while because you're gonna want to see what they did. Summoner looks freaking sick because they completely changed Summoner where you're now a Summoner. Like you bring out your summons, they do the big attack. You would,
like they should have in the first place with 11.
Right. It's kind of like
11
like they took
was
11.
Perfect. 11 was a lot. It was like almost perfect.
What it looks like you do is you pull out Ifrit, and then all your spells become fire. And so like your ruin becomes like a fire ruin, and then you bring out Titan, he does his big attack, and then you get like Earth magic for a little bit, and you pull out Garuda, and you just do it whatever way you want to.
Yeah, well, in Summoner, you didn't actually do any magic. All you did was summon the creature, and the creature did the attacks.
That's because all your mana was gone.
Well, not just because of the mana was gone. It was just because that's how it was. I mean, it was
because your mana was gone. You summoned like your big guy. He came out and just like.
The only time your mana would be gone is if you use your 2-hour and just sit there and just spammed each one of them. 2-hour Ifrit, 2-hour.
Right. But yeah.
And then you're like, mage, if you do that, you're fucking dead.
So my goal, what I'm gonna probably do is when the expansion launches, I will do I'll probably play Reaper, level Reaper up to 80. Probably level Summoner up to 80 because I have it at 71 on my main character. And until I'll probably give it like maybe 2 weeks. And then I'll dive into the story. What I'll do is I'll probably just record the story. probably won't do it live. I'll probably just record me playing through and save it, and then release it after like a week. That way, people aren't, they don't want to be spoiled. You're not going to want to be spoiled from this. So, and then what I'm going to do on my other character, my stream character, Muse for Origins, he's like a Lalafell summoner. So I want to play through the whole story with that guy as summoner, like all the way through, just one class. And I'll be doing that live, either on YouTube and Twitch, back and forth.
Who's asking
that
this
way.
stuff?
Huh?
Who's asking?
No one. This is what my plans are. That way, I don't spoil the story. Because the last people want to do is they're not going to want to come into your live streams if you're doing the story because they don't want spoiled. But they want your reaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to like record all my playthroughs and then only release ones that have like really big like moments and my reactions to them, just for the story. But then I'll play my secondary character all the way through from beginning to end. That way people can play with me or not play with me anyways. If they want to play with me on Genova, that's where Muse for Origins is on. Siren is where my main character is on. And, yeah. All right, let's continue.
もちろん、ご用意してあります。
So just wanted to let you know that this is available in the various different languages.
Yeah, I saw them on YouTube. I was wondering what those were.
URL
we'll watch the English version.
多言語を公開に切り替えている最中とのことです。
And Reaper looks awesome though, by the way. Did I watch people play it?
きっとね、皆さん国語でご覧になりたいと思うので、今公開してますので、ちょっと待ってください。
I'm sure you would like to watch it in your own languages, so we are pushing these live right now. So just one more moment.
では URL の方お願いします。
I think we have our URLs ready.
はい、ローンチトレーラー、こちら全言語分になっておりますので、各リージョンの皆さんはですね、それぞれの言語版をご覧いただければと思います。で、この多言語版をね、皆さん、世界中のプレイヤーの皆さん、それぞれの言語で見てる間にですね、放送側はですね、どうしましょう、日本語版をもう一回、
そうですね、
みんなで音、
マイクあり
にして見てみますか。ただ、どうぞ、そこまで一回お願いします。
So of course, these are our different languages in all the YouTube videos have been pushed live. So if you would like to take a look at it in your own language, but we would like to also take a look at it once again here on the live stream. I believe we'll be looking at the Japanese version, but we will be adding our commentaries on top.
じゃあ皆さん多言語の URL 大丈夫そうですかね。大丈夫であれば日本語版をもう一回流しましょうか。
そうですね。
If everybody is okay with the different URLs here, we are going to move forward and look at the Japanese version again.
それではお願いします。やっぱりね、
静かな立ち上がり。
そうですね。今回は本当に静かにじわじわ立ち上がっていくので、おそらくナレーションのね、エメトセルクなんだろうなという声が結構ね、なんでっていう。
The voice is set up very quiet and very slowly, and the narration, assuming that it's probably Emmett speaking here.
まさに映画のトレーラーのような感じですよね。
まあ今回ナレーションはほぼエメットセルクです。理由があるからなんですけど、まあ言わないでおきましょう、当然。
And yeah, it's very much like a movie trailer here, but the narration, as you may have surmised, is Emmett Selk. Of course, there's a good reason behind it, but right now we will not divulge on that secret.
まあ、今回ね、エンドウォーカーということで、終わりに向かって歩むというか、そう、まあ終わりって別に14の終わりってことではない。それは本当プレイしていただければと思う。
My guess is that's supposed to be Heidelin in the flesh, like she's taking
Of course, with the
form.
title being Endwalker, we're walking towards the end. Mind you, not the end of FF14. And I'm sure it'll be very evident as you play through. But I think we want to place emphasis on that walking towards Eleanor.
苦しみをそれ以外
わけがわからないね。なんだ俺って。
I'm sure looking at this all, it's very unclear at this moment. Everything is just happening.
曲の転調はこだわり、そして世界がこだわりのが来るよみたいなね。不穏っていう。
And of course, kind of teaching and song, and then kind of hinting at that the world is ending and that sort of ominous feeling.
The Vision Marine is incredible.
私たちじゃ
まあ、今回これでもネタバレがもうあらゆるシーンがネタバレすぎてすげえ苦労したんですよ。
Yeah, this was quite a challenge because any part of the story can be spoiled very easily. So it was very difficult to navigate through that.
何もわからないです。多分これだと。
And so just looking at the pictures right now might not reveal anything at this time.
普通はね、PV だと、映画の PV だとね、もっとこう、ハイライトをすげえとこ出すと思うんだけど、全部ダメって。
I'm sure with typical trailers, you would have like scenes where you wanted to highlight, like very pick up on certain scenes, but everything would be spoilers. So it's like, no, can't do that.
The last part of the music is very high.
まあ、そうね、そのフィラーレを迎える準備はいいか。いや、準備できてないのお前らだっただろうっていうセルフツッコミになってしまったんですけど。
Yeah, the quote that "Are you ready to face your finale?" or something along those lines, and it was us who could not prepare in time. I do have to kind of poke fun at that myself. But
いや、まあ正直変えようと思ったんですよ。
I
誰の近くにもあると。そう感じ
I
たから。
honestly thought that I wanted to change a part of this.
これ申請の時のキャッチコピーって毎回僕が自分で作ってるんですけど、申請の時のキャッチコピーと対をなしてたりもするから、自分のなんか言われて嫌なことのために全体変えるのもちょっと違うかなと思って思い出してもらいました。
And you know, this tagline at the end was something that I was torn on. I felt like maybe I should change this, but these taglines, I actually come up with them myself, but it is meant to correspond with a tagline from A Realm Reborn, and so I decided I should not change it, only because just to avoid people kind of pointing out my failures.
さあ、まあでも正真正銘、9番から続いてきた1個目のハイデリン・ゾディアークサーガ、星と命をね巡る物語、正真正銘全部、ぶちまけますので、もう最大インパクトはもう間違いなくメインストーリーです。
And as you can see, it's going to be quite a finale, or it is the conclusion of Heidelin Zodiac Saga, the saga that revolves around the planet and life itself. And we tend to just give it our all. So I think the biggest impact that we will be making with this expansion is definitely the main scenario.
That's what I want to see.
さて、多言語の皆さんもそれぞれ母国語でトレーラーご確認できましたかね？
What I want to see. I want to see the main scenario
So hopefully
below us.
people were able to look at the trailer in your respective languages. I hope.
そうですね。Yeah, it looks like so.
さあ、では、ちょっと時間をね、結構使ってしまいましたが、改めてプロデューサーレターライブ本編に入っていこうかなと思います。
Okay, so sorry for taking up a lot of time up at the front, but we're going to continue with our programming.
はい、暑いんですよ、今日。
そうですね。前回第66回前回ではジョブとバトル関連をメインにフォーカスしましたけれども、今日67回はですね、その他のさまざまな実装項目であったり、ギャザラークラフターであったり、あと PVP であったり。
はい。
PVP.
どうぞご期待ください。So we last time at PLL66 we introduced mainly focused on job and battle contents, and then today we are focusing on various elements of the patch 6.0, including new PVP contents and then crafting and gathering as well. So please look forward to it until the end. さあそれでは参りましょう。
まず最初は改めて、6.0 のおさらいからざざっとやっていこうかなと思います。
Terrible.
Okay, so we just wanted to do a quick recap of the 6.0 overview.
さあ、じゃあパワーポイントお願いします。
Well, it's not really built for PvP though.
まず、新たなプレイヤータウンと新たなフィールドが実装されます。
New main hub, I should
So
say.
first we will be implementing a new city and new areas.
では、トントン行きましょう。まず、プレイヤータウン、オールドシャーレアンになります。
As you can see here, this is Old Charlian.
メディアツアーでも出てましたが、アルフィノとアリゼの実家が、ございます。
And we mentioned about this during the media tour period, but this is sort of the hometown of Alphino and Alizé.
まあ、いろんな秘密をね、一緒に抱えてきた、町でもあるので、ここが今回物語の、中心軸になってもいきます。
And of course, they have sort of held a lot of secrets behind their gates, so to speak, and so it will be one of the central locations in the narrative.
ファイナルファンタジー14は何度かお話ししてますけど、アルフィノとアリゼというか、ルベユール家の物語でもあるので、そのあたりもしっかりフォーカスされてますので、ご注目いただければと思います。
And I think I touched upon this a few times before, but this does kind of revolve around not just Alphino and Alizé, but the Lebellier family, kind of their story kind of ties into this location.
あ、なるほどね。アリゼは自分の嫁だと思ってる人が多いから、あれなのか、実家にご挨拶に行かねばってなってるのか。なるほどね。
We were talking about how this is the hometown of Alphino and Alizé, and I was looking at the comments and seeing why people were saying, "Oh, I need to go pay my respects to their parents' home." And I get it now. A lot of you consider Alizé your waifu, so we need to go say hello to the parents, of course.
なるほどね。そうか、そうか。だから、あれか、古市のお父さんって呼んでるのか。
なるほどね。
That's why a lot of you were calling Porcino Dad.
Wow.
People are freaking weird.
そうでしたか。じゃあもう一個タウン行ってみましょう。
Another town?
こちらラザハンになります。サベネア島に、存在しております。
So this is Rad's Akhan. It is on the island of Savenir.
こちらはですね、ここもまた物語上結構重要なことがいろいろ発生してくる、場所にもなってます。
And here too, there are many important elements that tie into the story that will happen.
もちろんね、アルフィノをもらいに行くために実家に行くっていう人のコメントもちゃんと読んでますよ。
But of course, I have noticed people have mentioned that Alphino is a husbando, and so they need to go pay respects to the parents there too.
合ってます、合ってます。
I understand.
そしてですね、フィールドの方を見てみましょう。アビリンソスです。
So this is one of the fields, the open fields, labyrinthos.
こちらはすでにお伝えした通り、なんとこう見えても地下でございます。
And this has been mentioned before, but despite its looks, this is actually underground.
何のその目的で作られていて、各施設がどういう役割を果たしているのかっていうのもちゃんときれいに全部説明されますし、特にね、物語序盤いろいろ立ち寄ることになってきますので。
And so we will go into what this purpose or what the purpose of this location is, or how these different facilities tie into this location in the narrative. And I think this will be a place where players will stop by fairly frequently towards the beginning of the narrative.
そして続いては、メディアツアーでも、皆さんね、いろんなメディアの方、出していただきましたサベネア島になってます。
And then next is Thavenair. I did notice that many of our media and influencers had touched upon this location coming from the media tour.
サベネア島に関してはですね、結構メディアツアーで動画も出していただいたんですけど、空の空気感、それから色とか抜け感とか相当こだわって調整しましたので、一通りもの
You still there? I think we lost the mirror sphere. He'll be back in just a moment. I hope you all are doing well tonight. I hope you're enjoying our stream so far. We're sorry for our technical difficulties. We live in areas where there's not a lot of great service, so please be patient with us.
Sorry about that. My internet dropped.
Yeah, I figured it did.
There we go. I know it's right away, so that was good.
We're just really impressed by how nice
everyone.
the sky came out. Just the coloring of the sky, just how it feels like it's infinitely like spacious. And so we're hoping that once players have gotten through the main scenario and they have some time to spare, just come visit Thavenair and just look at just how magnificent the sky is. That's how confident we are in how this came out.
結構お気に入りポイント、僕のお気に入りポイントとしては、サベネア島からさっき紹介したラザハンを望む場所があるんですけど、そこはですね、かなり本当フォグの感じ、色の感じ、相当こだわって調整しましたので、ぜひですね、スクリーンショットポイントとして押さえていただけると嬉しいです。
And one area that I personally like in this area is there's a location within Thavenair where you can actually look over into Ras At Han, sorry, where it's very beautiful and just how the fog and the coloring it extends in that area is something that we were very particular about when making the adjustments. So I think it would be a great scenic spot if you wanted to take some screenshots.
そして続いては、ガレマルド、さっきねトレーラーでもちらほら出ておりましたね。
Next up is Garlemald. You may have noticed it being showcased in the trailer a couple of times.
こちらはもうこれ以上何も喋れないぐらいになっていくんですけど、まあ本当中盤からね11年いろいろガレマール帝国とはありました。僕がチームに参加した時にはすでに存在してたので。
Garlemald, I can't speak anything or else I will go into spoiler territories. But this is a very an area that has been closely tied to Final Fantasy XIV since the original version, and throughout the 11 years there's been a lot of conflict and involvement of the Garlean Empire. It was there before I even joined the team.
もうレストはしなきゃっていう。
Restoration. Yeah, we need restoration.
Restoration. They want to restore Garlemald. The hell no.
皆さん、復興癖がついております。
まあ、果たしてメインをやったときにそのお気持ちがどうなるかは皆さん体験していただければ。
I don't want to rule over the country.
I wonder how you will feel, or if you will still feel like you want to restore Garlemald once you start playing the main scenario. It is quite curious, but.
さあでは次行きましょう。
Moving on.
Moon.
続いては嘆きの海です。向こうにね、惑星ハイデリンが見えているということは、まあ月なのかしらと。
So this is Mare Lamentorian. Seeing that Heidelin is kind of off in the distance, I think we can safely assume that this is probably the location on the moon.
さあこのねいろいろスクリーンショット1枚でもですね結構このデザインとかを見るとねいろいろ妄想がはかどるのであんまり言わないようにしようかな。
Just looking at a screenshot and the designs, I think allows for people to just wonder and start speculating. So I think I'll just leave it up to your imagination at this point.
そして続いてです。名称まだ未だ伏せてしかも今回ですねここなんとか PLA 用にスクリーンショットを公開しようとコミュニティチーム粘って撮影してもらったんですけどすいませんどこを撮っても僕が全没にしてもやっぱりアートにしてくれって言ってアートになりました。
Next is very secretive. We have not disclosed the name of this location yet. And as you can see, this is the concept art or like the drawn illustration art and not a screenshot. Our community team worked really hard and tried to figure out a way to avoid any sort of like spoilerish material, but it was just too big a challenge. I'm afraid I had to reject most of their proposals and ask them to just stick with the illustration art for the PLL. So.
さあでは、まあ他にもねマップあるんですけどもうこれ以上はもう何も出せないので、次行きましょう。
Okay, there are several other maps that exist in Endwalker, but again, I'm unable to show them to you right now. So let's move on.
もちろん、メインクエストがパッチ 6.0 最大のやっぱり、売りになります。
Of course, the new main scenario quest is going to be one of the biggest selling points, so to speak, for Endwalker.
まあ、じゃあざっとですね、主要登場人物のおさらいもやっておきましょう、メインクエストに伴って。
And speaking of main scenario, let's go ahead and do a brief recap of the key characters.
One is that woman was this trailer. She's never been there before. Thancred, of course.
Thancred.
まあだいぶ 成長してきましたね。Q14 を知る我々からしたら、随分成長しました。
Man, Thancred has come along a long way. Considering those who may know about him from the original Final Fantasy XIV, he has come a long way and he's grown.
あんなね、特技といえばナンパみたいな状態だったのが、今やね、暁の最前線をね。
He was just, man, he was like a player, like the only good quality of him was just he's really great at picking up women, but to think that he has grown to be one of the leading forces within the Scions is just very impressive.
今回も非常にいい活躍してくれます。ご期待ください。
And this time is no exception. He's going to have his moment to shine. So I hope you get excited for that.
さあ、そして続いて、我らが
Stola, that's my favorite one. I love
Stola でございます。
One of my favorite characters.
And of course, Yashola, the mage in our Scions.
The white mage until he became a black mage.
世界のすべてをね、探求するということを目的というかね、自分の生きる術にしているヤシトラなので、今回いろんな世界の真実に触れていく中で、もちろんヤシトラも活躍してくれます。もう非常に難しいことを我々に優しく解説してくれる魔女でもあるので。
And of course, she has her thirst of knowledge, and she continues to learn and tries to pursue the truth behind various mysteries within this world. And she's wonderful because she explains these difficult concepts in such easy to grasp language. So she's also going to be a key player in the narrative.
もうすべての言語でみんなママとかマミーとか言ってますけど、僕は一言も言ってないですからね。
ひどい目に遭います。
デスペアでやられますよ、そんな言ったら。
I see a lot of people commenting mama or mommy, and you know, I have never said that about her. I won't be responsible if Yashola comes after you.
そして続いては、ウリエンジェです。ウリエンジェもちょっとやっぱ格別の思い入れがあって、Q14 で第7零再編というシナリオをやっていく中でですね、急遽怪しい人が出現してシャウトする役として作られたキャラだったんで、すごい思い入れがあります、ここまで。
Next up is Urianger, and I, you know, he's grown on me too. Actually, with this guy, he was initially created for the original Final Fantasy XIV when we were bringing on the seventh calamity, and he was the person who was going to be going around shouting. And to think that he's grown so much now.
ウリエンジェに関してもね、格別の思い入れを持って調整僕がこだわった一つのポイントでもあるので、ぜひね、ウリエンジェの物語も見てあげていただけると嬉しいです。
And of course, with Urianger, I have put in a lot of heart into like reviewing and seeing his story play out, and so I hope people will be able to see that as you play through.
さあ、そして、ある意味、14の、プレイヤーの皆さんがね、主役ではありますけど、物語上の NPC の主役という立ち位置ですかね、アルフィノになります。
Next, of course, he's sort of of course, the players. Players are the main protagonists in Final Fantasy XIV, but I think of the NPCs, I think he is one of the key protagonists here.
次のちょっと進めてもらって、アリゼもそうなんですけど、この2人、皆さんと当然その出会う前、シャーレアンで暮らしていたので、我々が知り合う前のアルフィノとかアリゼっていうのが、シャーレアンでどういう人たちだったのかみたいな、周りからどう見られてたのかみたいなのも、今回結構知れるようになってますんで、そのあたりもね、キャラクターファンの方は、しっかりじっくり見ていただけると嬉しいです。
And we're looking at Alizé as well, but these two, of course, they have been traveling together with the player or the protagonist, but before we had met them, they grew up in Charlian, old Charlian, and so you will get to see what kind of people they were or how they grew up, how they were perceived by their neighbors and the people around them throughout these stories. So if you are a fan of these two characters, I think this is another interesting point to be looking out for.
なんだろう、そういったその本当にこうなんていうんだろう、それをメインストーリーの必須にしてしまうと、本当それこそ終わらなくなるんで、やっぱそういったエピソードはやっぱヒントトーク、その、メインストーリーの脇にいる NPC たちに話しかけた時に出てくるので、まあ、今回相当そこもこだわったからぜひねお見逃しなく、その時しか出てこないセリフが本当に多いので、はい。
But just wanted to point out that it won't be directly tied to the main scenario quest, so you won't naturally come into contact with some of this additional lore, so to speak, because if we were to make it mandatory, we wouldn't be able to get people through the main scenario. So it has been kind of implemented into the different hint talk, as we call it. Whenever we have the NPCs in the town, you approach them and they have different dialogue. So I do encourage you to seek them out because it is kind of limited. Some of these conversations only pop up when you go into that area in your like first occurrence or something like that. So, and it's something that we were very particular about as well. So I hope people do seek those narrative elements out as well.
どうしてもね物語の先気になるとこうメインクエストのマークをねすぐクリックしに行きたくなるんですけど、一通りこう全部聞いてから行くっていう風に今回はあんま本当焦らずにじっくり進めてもらえると嬉しいです。
And I totally understand that when we're trying to get through the main scenario quest, we want to move forward, and you're chasing after where's the next quest marker going to be. So, but again, I would encourage if you want to get deeper into the lore, to talk to these different NPCs within the town, if possible. Just take your time. No need to rush through everything. So it would be great if you could see what kind of insight you can glean.
そして続いてこちら、グラハティアになります。
Next up is Grahatia.
グラハも他の賢人たちとはまた違ったその知識とか経験っていうのを持ってるので、それらがこう今回のその今月のフィナーレという世界の謎にさらに迫っていく物語でどう絡むのかと、あんまり言えないんで、ちょっと活躍は間違いなくしてきますので、ぜひその辺注目してください。
And of course, with Grahatia, he is different from the other scions that have been with the adventurer and with Endwalker. He does tie into some of the story aspects of it and some of the mysteries that we want to unravel. Of course, I can't go into details, but him too, he is a key player in the narrative.
さあ、そして、続いては一部ラスボス説まで流れているタタルでございます。タタルです。
Of course, next up is Tataru. Some people have rumored that she might be the final boss. Our
pretty much the only one that holds this whole thing together.
さあ、どうなりますか。もちろんタタルもね、大活躍するんですが、もうね、最後ね、フッフッフッって出てくる顔ね。
Yeah, we are curious to see this Lalafell, how she will be involved in the story. I don't know, she might have this ominous laugh as she kind of creeps up to you.
Oh boy.
I mean, yeah, she does have this sort of determined look in her posture and her stance.
ゾディアークの核としてね、エリディブスが抜け落ちてたからさ、そこにね、すってはまっていく可能性もね。
I mean, with Elidibus, right, kind of falling out as the core of Zodiac. I don't know. Potentially, could she replace him? I don't know.
Oh, that would be crazy. Turns out to be like Zodiac.
We have people in the comments, in Tataru's like voice writing, "Oh, I will go in."
さあ次行きましょう。
Okay, bring on.
そしてですね、クルル城、バルデーシオン委員会の一員なので、当然そのシャーレアンに滞在するときにね、クルルが中心になって、いろんなことが動いていくと思います。非常に今回重要な役割果たしてくれます。
Next up is Kyle. Of course, one of the students of Valdecian. Kyle is definitely a very important character, especially when you are in that old Charlian area.
あんまり語るとあれなんですけど、大変重要な役どころをいろいろこなしてくれますんで、ぜひね、クルルの活躍にもご期待いただければと思います。
Of course, I can't divulge into the details, but again, she is also a very important character amongst our key players. So again, I look forward to her appearance as well.
言うてね、次に紹介するこのエスティニアンを暁に絡め取ったのはタタルとクルルですからね。確かに。
And I do want to emphasize, we're going to be talking about Estinian next, but it was Kyle and Tataru who kind of convinced him to join the Scions.
ある意味で、もう絡め取られるってすごいよね。
I mean, it's just amazing how she was just kind of entangling him into the Scions. It's quite a talent. 元青の竜騎士でイシュガルドを出奔したので、無職って言えば無職。
あ、なるほど。
暁って就職先なのかどうかっていうね。
So of course the former Azure Dragon, Dragoon, and he's, I guess, unemployed at this point. Is the Scions of the Seventh Dawn a job placement? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
そのソニーズヘックとともにですね、今回大活躍してくれます。彼の生き様っていうのも今回のストーリー上非常に重要なね役割を果たしますんで、ぜひご注目ください。ファンも多いですしね。
And of course, he will be joining the fray, and he will have his moment to shine as well. So, and I know there's a lot of fans of Estinian, so he's another very important character in the narrative as well.
はい、そして続いてはこちら、皆さんの自称親友。
I say Xenos become one of my favorite bad guys ever.
Our self-proclaimed best friend of our protagonists, Xenos.
ゼノスに関してはもう何も語らないでおきましょう。刀を捨て、サイズを扱い、今回はリーパーとして、登場します。
His heart's one and only desire.
I won't be going into details with this guy, but as you may remember, he has sort of let go of his katana sword and instead took up the scythe, and he will be appearing as a reaper.
勝手にフレンドリストに入ってる。
I love the comments. Somebody mentioned Xenos had go ahead and friended himself without my acknowledgement.
さあ、そしてトレーラーにも登場しておりました、こちらの女性です。
And then next up, we saw her briefly in the trailer, Our Lady of the Light.
もう大変重要なキャラクターでございます。
And of course, she is also a very important character in the story.
そもそもだってなんか胸元にね、マスク下げとるやん。
Yeah, and if you look closely, like she has this mask hanging by her chest.
さあ、まあね、英語名、レディー・オブ・ザ・ライトですから、ね。
名前がやばいですね。
名前がやばいよ。
Just this name seems to imply things. Gosh.
アイドルン。
さあ、どういった形で光の戦士とね、交わっていくのかと、ぜひご注目ください。
But yeah, another point to be looking out for, what is her involvement with our Warriors of Light?
楽勝 LOL ちょっとひどいです。
あ、確かにね。
Oh no!
楽勝 LOL か。
Abbreviated, it's LOL.
でですね、今回メインストーリーいろいろ新しい、遊びというかシステム実装されております。その一幕をちょっと、スクリーンショットで見てみましょう。
So we want to show you a screenshot here, which is a new sort of gameplay element or like a system that we're going to be implementing.
これは
今回遊びというかクエスト中の体験として、まあ、自動的にマウントに乗せてくれて NPC と一緒にこうフライングして移動したりとか、そういうのもあるんですけど、NPC 連れ歩きっていうのが、クエストの新しい遊びとしてできてて、とあるシーケンス中例えばこの今スクリーンショットだとアルフィノとアリゼが一緒にこうプレイヤーの皆さんとこう行動して、まあ、途中に行って会話をこうしたりとか、目的地まで一緒に行ってみたいなことがあったりします。
So this is a gameplay element that will be implemented while your player character is going on various quests. And these characters in some situations can board your mount and take it with you, but basically you have your NPCs kind of following along behind you in certain sequences. So for example, in this screenshot, you see Alphino and Alize kind of trailing behind you. They would have conversations and whatnot.
変なところまで連れて行けますかっていう質問があるんですけど、大きく外れたところに行こうとすると、元の位置に帰ります。
Somebody was asking, can you take these NPCs to like somewhere that's completely off objective? And the answer is, if you go too far off track, they will return to whatever position that they need to be in.
RPG っぽい。
まあいろんなキャラクターとこのシチュエーションがあったりするので、まあもちろんストーリー上必要だから一緒に行動してるんですけど、なので普段から自由に選べるわけではもちろんないんですけど、そのシナリオのシチュエーションによっては一緒にじゃあそこへ向かおうぜみたいなことがあったりするので。
And of course, it is very RPG-like, but there will be situations with other characters like this, and it's part of the story, like it's required, or it's an essential part of telling that part of the narrative. So it's not like you can select your characters at will. It is going to be part of the story. For example, you're trying to get to a certain place and the characters need to go there with you. So you will be going to that destination together.
確かこのモード中もグルポがちゃんと起動できるように頑張って作ってたような気がするので、まあなんか雰囲気ある SS とか取れるんじゃないかなとは。まあただ世界に週末が迫ってるんで忘れないようにね。
That being said, I believe that the team is going to make it available that you can take screenshots or like go into G pose while you're in this sort of situation. So you might be able to get some nice shots while you're on some of these quests. That being said, we are trying to save the world from impending doom. So please remember that.
さあ、まあ他にもね、新しいクエストの機能いくつか実装されてますので、そちらでよりね。ゲーム体験という方も上げていっております。
But of course, there are other elements tied to the different quests that are going to be implemented to enhance the player's experience.
じゃあ続いて、パッチ 6.0 の実装項目の紹介をしてさらにいきましょう。
Roll quest.
So going into some of the elements that will be implemented as of 6.0.
まず今回ロールクエストですが、以前からお伝えしております通り 5.0 に比べると、1系統増やしてですね、5系統、こちら表示されている5系統のロールクエストがございます。
So first of all is new role quests. As previously mentioned, there are going to be 5 quest lines. As you can see, tank, healer, melee, physical, and magical range DPS.
そしてですね、このすべてのロールクエストをクリアした後のエクストラクエストっていうのをパッチ 6.1 で、実装させていただきます。
And then extra quests for completing all 5 quest lines will be added in 6.1 or later.
なのでパッチ 6.0 中にですね、いろんなジョブのレベリングをね、していただいて、それぞれのロールクエストをクリアしていただけると嬉しいです。
So we hope that players would take the opportunity to level the other jobs during that 6.0 time frame so that you can take on the different role quests.
今回、漆黒のヴィランズはメインストーリー中必ずどれかのロールクエストをやらないと先へ進まない状態にしてあったんですけど、今回は、メインシナリオのクリア条件には含まれてないんですけど、並行してやっていただいた方が面白いとは思うので、ぜひメインからのちゃんと動線上に置いてあるので、そこからこう両方進めてってもらえると嬉しいです。
And previously with Shadowbringers, we made it so that you had to have completed at least one role quest in order to clear or like complete the main scenario quests. But this time we're not making it mandatory to do the role quest in order to finish the MSQs. But that being said, it is interesting and I think it's fun to kind of progress in the role quests as you go through the main scenario as well. So we try to place it so that it kind of follows along the path that you would take to get through the main scenario. So hopefully people will try to play that alongside your main scenario.
そしてですね、これ結構質問いただいたので、一応お断りしておくと、今回は、レベル90のジョブクエストっていうのはないので、一旦僕らとしては、前回のそのレベル80の、各ジョブクエストで、一連の申請からやってきたジョブクエストっていうのは、一旦物語としては完結しているっていうふうに考えてます。
And it's noted here that, and plus we've been asked about this, we will not have a level 90 job quest. So the level 80 quest as of Shadowbringers kind of concludes the storyline of your particular job and the different job quests that you have been undertaking. And it should have reached their conclusions as of level 80.
でまたジョブに関わるストーリーをやるとしたら新しいキャラとかでやる機会はあるかなとは思いますけど、もうね話がねキャラ絡まりすぎてるんですよ。確かに非化線が強くなりすぎてねちょっと破綻してきてるんでそういうのもあって一回80でちょっとね締めっぽくしてあるのはそういうことです。
And if we were to resume or have another quest line that involves the different jobs, I think we might have a different character sort of drive each of the job stories to start like a new quest or like a new saga, because I think there are just so many characters that intertwined with each other with our existing job quests that it's not only is it entangled, but our warriors of light have become very, very powerful. And so the story doesn't make sense if we continue to just move on with the same existing narrative. And so that's why we decided that level 80 would kind of be our conclusion at this time.
さあ、では続きいきましょう。はい。こちら、クラフターギャザラー向けになりますね。シャーレアン魔法大学取引というのが、ございます。
This will be more for our disciples of the hand, disciples of the land, which is the studium deliveries.
ごめん、開けちゃっていいよ、パワーポイント、その解説のところまで。喋ってる間に読んでいただくんで。こちらクラフターギャザラー向けの、レベリングとストーリーが、一つになっているので、このシャーレアにある魔法大学を中心に、物語が、進んでいきます。
So this kind of acts as your means to level, as well as sort of explore the story behind each of the different crafter and gatherers. And it takes place around the studio, and the story revolves around that.
一部味が気になるという噂の天神パンにねまつわるお話ももちろん用意してございますので、興味ある方はぜひ。
And somebody was, I'm sure some of you were very curious about味が気になる. Can I literally translate? We're curious as to how the taste comes out. I guess it's a culinarian thing. Yeah, the curious conclusion will hopefully be revealed through these deliveries.
そしてですね、こちらはですね、パッチ 6.0 の時点で、シャーレアン魔法大学取引の全クエストコンプリートでエクストラクエストを用意してございますので、クラフターギャザーの皆さんはですね、プレイしていただければエクストラプレイできるようになってますので、こちらも楽しんでいただければと思います。
Of course, with our disciples of the land in hand, as of 6.0, we will have, or I'm sorry, if you clear all of the quests that are available, we do have an extra quest available as well. So we hope that players would enjoy that as also.
それでは続きいきましょう。はい。ダンジョンも多数ございます。ここはスクリーンショットで見ていきましょう。どうぞ。
Dungeons, and we're going to be looking at screenshots for these.
It looks awesome.
もう何も喋れない。
Again, I cannot make any false moves with commenting on these.
でしょう。That's my guess.
ちょっと次ももうね、これ燃えてる森なだけじゃんって言われると思うんですけど、ここ以外取れなかった。
That one looks interesting.
And I'm sure you're looking at this and thinking to yourself, but it's just a forest and it's on fire. And I know that's about the only safe, quote unquote, place that I can capture.
いくつか候補あったんですけど。
いくつか候補あったんです
There
けど。
were several candidates, but in the end.
そして続いて、こんなとこもあります。
Next, here's another location.
Interesting.
何も言えない。
Again, I cannot comment any further.
なんだよ、なんか左にオーラみたいなの立ってる、その向こう、なんかよくわかんない、何これみたい
な。And just so many questions. Just what is that aura-looking thing on the left, and is that some kind of structure on the right?
Interesting.
ここに行く頃にはみんなびっくり仰天してると思います。
本当です。
はい。
I'm sure people are going to be met with surprise once you get to this point.
さあ続いてはこんなところもございます。
Yeah, I'm guessing it's in Garley somewhere.
もうダンジョンですよね。
ダンジョン。
I wonder if this is that underground subway they're talking about.
えらい人数で行くんですよ、ここ。
なるほど。
This is going to be a dungeon that you go into with quite a large group, actually.
なんかそれに沿ったこうなんていうの、こうきめ細やかなそのキャラクター制御みたいなのも見ていただけるとちょっと嬉しいですね。はい。
But it's very interesting because once you do go into there, we have applied a lot of character controls, or not character controls, but like AI controls, very specific in that area that really complements the activity that's going on in there. So.
そして続いてはこちらです。新たな討伐消滅戦なんですけど、まあ当然なんですが、どうぞシークレットです。
And of course, our new trials is still a secret.
知ってた。
もうなんも言えない。まあ、ノーマルとハード両方ちゃんとありますっていうのだけ言っておきます。
I just wanted to point out, though, of course, we will have a normal and hard mode for these.
なので、ぜひですね、メインストーリー終わった後はですね、
I think Cleveland did the stream the last time.
So yeah, whenever you're done with the main scenario quest, we encourage you to go back and try the hard mode.
タタルエクストリーム。
ここで。なるほどね。
I see people commenting Tataru Extreme.
Tataru Extreme.
タタル EX 結構書いてる人ですね。海外。
多いですね。タタル EX。タタルアルティメットもあります。
Ultimate.
そうね。
Tataru Ultimate.
アルティメットタタル強そうだ。やっぱり日本では絶大なリットアティンさん人気ですよね。確かにそうですね。
The Japanese viewers out there are commenting Camp Westwind. Mr. Richardson.
こんなリットアティンさんのことを笑っていられるのも今の人は今後リットアティンさんいろいろ調整するからな。なるほど。
You know, you can't knock on Camp Westwind here with the different adjustments that are coming in.
さあ、次行きましょう。はい。新たなコーナーエイドレイドです。こちら、バンマネパンデモニウム天国編という名前にありますが、6.01 でノーマル開放、6.05 で、霊式開放となります。
And then next up is new raid dungeon, Pandemonium Asphodelos. Asphodelos. As of patch 6.01, the normal raid will open up, and then 6.05 will be when the Savage goes up.
まあ、はい。せっかくだし、どうしようかな。ちらっとだけ見てみるその、パンデモニウム。ちょっと待ってね。
Since we're here, would y'all like to take a sneak peek at Pandemonium?
Oh, yeah.
私からはもう気をつけてくださいとしか言いようがない。はい。
ガチ切れされるからな。待ってよ。全然ダメだよ、まだ。全然ダメだよ、まだ。
先ほどスケジュールでもご紹介した通り、ノーマル編がサービス開始から2週間後。で、さらにその2週間後、サービス開始から4週間後になります。As we mentioned before, the normal version of Pandemonium will be implemented after 2 weeks after the launch, and then the Savage mode will be after 4 weeks of the launch. さて、
一応大丈夫なはず、これで。
はい。
ちらっと出してみるか。
まず。はい。じゃあ、ピースお願いします。なんだか、不思議な音楽とともに、ユニーク BGM で。I can understand Yoshida-san moves camera very slowly. ね、カメラゆっくり回したくなるんです。
やばいんだ。
歩みも自然と遅くなります。Moving slowly and carefully.
まあどうやらここがパンデモニウムという場所らしいですね。これはね。
So it appears that this is the Pandemonium location.
何がね、あの中に多分ね、前パンデモニウム本体の前庭というかゲートなんだと思う。
It's very curious what is inside. We started out from the sort of courtyard in front of the central part, but
いや、ここでまたですね、
はい。
まあ驚きの展開と ね、キャラクターとともにここを突き進んでいくことになるんですけど、果たしてどんな出会いやらがあるのかをぜひですね、楽しみに、そうきたかって言ってもらいたい。はい。
But yeah, we are planning for something that is very surprising here and the characters that appear. But I hope people look out for what kind of encounter, and just I'm really excited and hopeful that people will be so surprised and be like, oh, that's what we wanted to do.
今日はここまで。
そうでしょうね。
That's all I can say.
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
はい。
では、パワーポイントに戻りましょうか。
怖いから、
出ときましょう。
サベネアに戻っておきます。
はい。Let's go back to PowerPoint.
そして続いてです。
はい。
こちらはですね、トレジャーハントダンジョン、発売は2週間ね、当初予定よりはずれますが、全力で、あとは我々皆さんのプレイをサポートし、マスタリングをね。
For everyone, so.
はい。では、議論の結果ですね。マジ休憩といたしますので、10分後、日本時間でいきますと、12時45分再開としたいと思います。So we are taking a 10 minutes break, and we are coming back at 12.
They're taking a 10-minute break. I want to do this real quick, brother. Look for English version. Here we go. Watch this real quick.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux.
Okay.
Have a safe journey, and please, be careful.
That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth. No time for maybe we don't belong here. But neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Walk free and bear the light for others to follow.
Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You've suffered enough.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
Bereft of hope, and now dignity. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. I won't lose them, not a one.
But are we truly so powerless that our only choice is to flee?
We've come too far to back down now. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow. Let the curtains fall upon this. The final chapter in the tale of the star.
To have you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
All right. Now we actually know what they said. Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh. Skip ahead until they come back.
はい。では続いて。
Timing wise, if it's at the same time as
Make
Savage
it
Race
small
opening
scale
up,
PvP content.
it does
Just had those large
feel a
ones.
little conflict, and so we
Rather
don't
make it
see as
small
many
ones.
people gathering to PvP content, and so it was like a battle of swords. So we decided that it would be best to take our time to make sure the balance is well adjusted. And
どうなるかというとですね、各ジョブ、もう専用の PVP ジョブになると思ってください。で、ジョブ別にアドレナリンダッシュも別々のものを実装します。ちょっとスクリーンショットを使いつつ、ご説明していこうと思います。お願いします。
Next up is the basic rules, and we're going to be using that screenshot from earlier to explain this.
まず基本ルールなんですけど、バトルのマップ中央に中立のオブジェクトっていうのがあります。
Oh yeah, it's like what most a lot of those
The
mobile
basic
games.
rules, as you can see, content, some
単純そう押し合いをするだけだとハプニングがないので、
but as you can see here, it looks a little bit more like in nature.
なんかね、新しいアルカイっぽいシャッフルがないので、マップ
On some of these maps.
空中に関わる順位報酬っていうのと、それから、次も出してシーズンに関わる、これちょっと名称決めてないんですけど、シリーズ、とりあえず今はシリーズと呼んでます。シリーズっていう期間を設定します。もらえて、その特定のレベルに達すると、装備に PVP コンテンツを発展させるのは、いろんなコンテンツの報酬にまた入れていこうと思うので、ちょっと新しい自分のキャラのこだわりというかカスタマイズ。
So we made the decision to close down these.
で、6.0 から 6.1
PvP and the new reward system discussion.
はい、ありがとうございます。それでは次のブロックに行く前に、ここで休憩を取らさせていただきたい。2回目休憩丸2に入りたいと思いますが、15分ぐらいでよろしいですか？
あれ、ここじゃないんじゃなかったっけ？
あれ、ここじゃない。あ、そっか。違いました。ごめんなさい。嘘でした。
ここじゃ。
そうそう、休憩してないです。
ないぜ。
だから翻訳しません。はい、はい、忘れた。
はいはいはい。さあ、では続いての項目に行こうと思います。
ごめんなさい。
もともとはここで休憩予定だったんだけど。
さっき、ここじゃなくしたのに忘れて。
はいはい。続いては、クラフター・ギャザラー関連の 6.0 調整についてです。
So moving on, sorry, we were having a bit of a discussion there, but moving along, next is crafting and gathering adjustments.
まず早速いこうと思うんですが、HQ
の配置停
止の補足からさせていただきます。
Characters that we have to write, and so you're so used to typing that you forget. I think it's pretty addicting. You want to.
Underwater.
But yeah,
Spear
it's great.
fishing.
To back down now. This is death.
ということで、よろしければご覧いただければと思います。So now, we'd like to take a break for 15 minutes. So we are coming back at the 2:55 Japan time. So during this break, we are showing the English version of the launch trailer. So please enjoy it. では休憩です。
We just watched this. I'm gonna skip that.
But let's make sure everybody is back.
大丈夫そうですね。
では大丈夫そうであればまず行きましょう。改めてまずこちらです。デノミネーションを行わせていただきますというのを改めて、最後にお伝えしておこうと思います。
Earned XP downscaling.
So jumping right in, system adjustments. Once again, we will be applying a downscaling.
対象となるのは、全クラスジョブ、それからリテーナーフェイスになります。
So this will be all classes and jobs, retainers, and trust NPCs will be affected.
でただですね、レベルアップに必要なプレイ時間とかコンテンツ攻略回数とジョブのレベルアップって相当他のゲームに比べて早いので。
10 million is 1000. Each oku is 100 million. So a billion, literally a billion numbers would have needed to be rewritten, which means we would have had to pause our servers, kind of shut it down for maintenance for 3 weeks in order for us to individually go in and make the adjustments. So I'm afraid that proved to be not feasible.
まあバイト数に直すと100億バイト以上なんですけど。
Billion, 100 billion, 100 billion, like calculating it from like a binary, like byte perspective. 30 million? 30 billion?
Oh.
Chorus in town, yeah. Oh, is he showing
it?
Oh.
We'll be showing the Tombstone gear next.
The next item on the system adjustments, we will be adding new elegant tombstones, which you see here.
今、経典と天文、日本語だとですね。
経典だ。
経典か。
Aphorism and astronomy.
難しい。
日本語難しい。経典と天文。
経典。はい。
ではですね。
はい。
せっかくなので、
はい。
いろいろ見せしましょう。さて、そのトームストーンで得られる装備などをちょっとちらちらご紹介していこうかなと思っております。
はい。
はい。まず、
Tombstone.
We'd like to show. Sorry, we saw a sneak peek right there, but with the tombstones that are going to be newly added, we wanted to show off some of the gear sets that you can obtain using these as your exchange currency.
Here's the tank. Not bad.
かっこよろしい。
Kind of looks like the warrior light a little bit.
かっこよろしい
I actually like that one.
これはいいですね。
We agree, it's very cool looking.
The Reaper one? Okay. Interesting. Ninja?
なんだろうね。
なるほど。なんとなくこう統一感を感じるものが。
統一感を感じますね。
はい。
Although it does seem fairly consistent theme going on here.
Samurai / monk. Sword looks pretty cool. Ranger, so there's a bard. Okay.
いる。
Reminds me of a certain
Just a
movie.
healer.
Yeah, something.
ララじゃないっていう言葉に対してここでララフェルっていう。
That's true.
確か
We saw comments like, wait, where's the law? So we have
Now
some
you can.
lawful representation.
まあ。
A male healer.
力強い。
力強いでしょ。強い。
It's very powerful. You're strong. Strong.
で、
はい
なんだけど、ちょっと待ってよ
確かに今日多いですね。
な。いいんだよ。
So many pieces of paper. Yeah, today.
ちょっと待ってよ。なんか悪いニュースが多いからさ。
We have so many unfortunate, like sad news to share. So
ここで一緒にかましていこう。じゃあ、
なるほど
ちょっと待ってね。一回パワーポイントに戻してもらって、
はい。
まず、天文の方が上位トークンで、
はい。
あれあ、そうですよね。
そうです、そうです。
はい。霊式と同時に4週間後に、実装されます。
はい。
So Elegant Tombstones of Astronomy will be added 4 weeks after 6.0 release. So this will be sort of your upper tier tombstones. And so they will be opened up or they will start being distributed with the
Those are those ones that only get
unlocking
like
of the
200 every
savage
week
rates.
or something
なの
like
で、経典の方が、
はい
修正源のないアラガン
that. Or
トーンストーン
800
になり
every
ま
week.
す。
And so aphorism is going to be the one without the weekly cap.
で、私学は引き続き続投です。
もちろん。
And then poetry, I believe.
はい。そうです。
Yes, is going to remain.
まあ、今回、アラガントームストーン永遠とかに名前を変えようかという意見も出たんですけど、もうレガシーとして、はい、このまま行くことにしました。
There were comments about, hey, we should just change this to Elegant Tombstones of Forever. But we decided we're going to keep it as is, kind of like a legacy.
で、今お見せした、まあ、ファイナルファンタジー4由来なのかな、といったような装備の数々はですね、経典の方にしております。なぜかというと、きっといろんなロールの装備を揃えたいだろうなと思ったので、修正源のある方ではなくて、経典で取れるようにしてありますので、いろんな、そうですね、ロールの装備を集めていただければと思います。
So for those images that we showed off, I'm sure you guys were able to suspect they feel very Final Fantasy IV like. But those gear sets will actually be obtainable through accumulating the aphorism tombstones. The reason why is we believe that people will want to collect these equipment for various roles that they have under their belt. So hopefully that's exciting for those of you who want to go and collect these gear sets.
で、そんなこと言ったって、枠がないんだよとか。
When are they gonna actually make like crafting gear worth something?
出てくるんですけど、6.1 で今、
Well, they do
増やす準備をしてますので、
when these big
少々お待ちくだ
releases
さい。
they have like a crafting
結構
gear
増やせる目処が立ってきたので、
usually
はい
better,
頑張っております。
especially the high
I
quality
know
ones.
this is going to beg the
And usually
question
those are
of, well, I
expensive,
don't
though.
have enough room in my armory chest anymore, or what about more
Now they're like
mirage
worthless. Now you can buy them for like
sorry, glamour
40K
plates.
a piece.
And so we are making preparations. We're trying to see that
It used to be
how
like
we can
a mil
expand.
per piece.
And by 6.1 timing, I believe we're going to be getting pretty close to having all of our preparations in place to start addressing some of these issues that we have with capacity, so to speak. So.
そしてですね、レイドを楽しみにされてる方に一つ、ニュースなんですけど、この天文を使って 武器交換、いろんな装備交換やっていくと思うんですけど、今回ちょっと事前にお知らせしておきますが、これまで武器交換に必要なアラガントームストーンの量って1000個だったんですけど、今回から500個にさせていただいてます。
So for those of you who are looking forward to the raid content, I believe this might be informative news for you, and so I did want to bring this up in advance. Of course, with the gear sets that you can change with these tombstones,
they're changing the
and
weapons
especially with
instead
the
of needing,
weapons,
1,000 tombstones
up until
for
now,
each weapon.
The requirements were 1,000
Instead,
tombstones,
you need only
but
500.
Here, you can see that the number of tombstones required for
really
weapon
nice.
exchange will be reduced from 1,000 to 500.
で、これは今回改めてそのレイドの報酬バランスを、帯がなくなるっていうところもあって、取り直していった時に、ちょっと1000個だと、あまりにも取得選択肢が少なすぎると。どう取るにもやっぱりその2週かかるし、そういうのを加味すると、もう500にして、ちょっと複数ルートで装備を整えていけるようにした方が良いだろうという判断をしました。
Only need 500 and allow for multiple routes to obtain these weapons.
出せる分だけ。
You mentioned about savage raids, so I do want to show you what we can.
綺麗ですね。
Savage raid gear. Reaper one.
白い。
白いですね。White.
Interesting, it's white. That means you have to fight something that drops white gear.
だからこのタイミングでおしゃれ装備系とかもお見せしようかしら。
While we're here, I do want to show off some glamour stuff.
Ooh, I like that one.
ね、ちょっと予想っぽい。
そうですね、いいですね。
はい。
おしゃれ。まさにおしゃれそう。
はい。あとはちょっと販売になると思いますけど、スゴオメガシリーズか。はい。
I don't like the skin type
ones. So this might end up on the MOG station, but very Omega themed.
かっこよ。
そう。あとはですね、お待たせしました。髪型追加のリクエストが非常に多いということですね。対応始まりました。
Thank you for waiting. I know we've had many requests about hairstyles, and so we have started work on it.
日本ではよくゆるふわって言われるやつ。
確かに。かわいい。
Okay, what hairstyles?
はい。では、システムメント、メディアツアーでも一部ご覧になった方、
切り替えますか？
はい。
はい。じゃあ、
New
画面お
achievement
願いしま
update.
す。
So that's what your achievement's gonna look like now.
ですね、
Making the
プ
UI
レイヤーの
different.
皆さん、冒険してやってます。で、今画面が明るくなったのは、
Please just show
Many
off
people
on
are
the
surprised
lands
to see
now.
it. They're like, oh,
That's
I
cool.
didn't have flies.
Like colorful.
潜れますね、ここに。
はい、今日はガチの開発サーバーです。
作り。
かわいい。
Oh, minion deer.
もうね、こういうね、
Is that it?
明らかにメインストーリー絡んでないでしょってやつしか。
Oh, they're still live right now, so they're showing off some stuff.
ピクニックですか？
これはですね、
We caught
設置型のやつです。
ああ、
はい。
キャンプファイヤーの仲間。
そうです、そうです。
This one is a placeable item because you place it on the ground, similar to like a campfire type of thing.
なので、フィールドで ちょっとキャンプっぽい
はいはいはい。
感じにしてチャットしたりとかしようぜみたいな。
動くんだ。
そうそうそう。
So if you wanted to kind of pretend you have like a campfire and like a chat and just sit around,
Really?
and it moves too. It's very interesting, but
I'm going to show us something interesting.
本当もうなんなんだ、当たり障りないやつしか出せないぞマジ。
You show us some minions
it's
now.
such a hard choice. Like I had to pick one that really doesn't touch upon anything.
We can only show just animals. ね、無難な動物類しかご紹介できません。なんじゃそれ。でもダメだな、なんか言うマジ怖え、ほんと。
Or it's like, which one is not potentially a spoiler? God.
There's a bat. That's interesting.
よし、もうやめよう、マジで。なんか怖くなってきて、本当
I'm
に。
missing another minion achievement. Minions.
I think we've had enough. Yeah. Too scary to move on.
まあ、というわけで、ちょっとアチブメントのお話に戻りますけど、やっぱりこう、コツコツやって報酬を得る、称号を得る、達成していくっていう、一つのこれもやっぱりコンテンツだと思っているので、アチブメントに関しては、これからも使い勝手だったりとか、気づきやすいようにとかっていうところは、引き続き力を入れていこうと思ってますので、はい、アチブメントの方で、コンテンツを探したりね、達成、間近なものを達成してもらったりとか、いろんなことをまたやっていただけたらなと思います。
So going back to the different achievements, we do want to encourage players to keep at it, work on it little by little to achieve these or obtain these different achievements, collect those accolades and reach those goals. And we believe it is a gameplay content that you can enjoy. So we do want to continue looking at it, making sure that it has good usability, and if there's anything that we notice, we do want to address them. So we would like for people to to try it out and to see that you can achieve some of these.
Cool.
さあでは先進んでいきましょう。はい、お願いします。システム関連さらに続けてですね、楽器演奏中にグループポーズを展開したいという声もをいただいておりまして、こちら起動可能に、させていただきました。
Moving on, so this is cheat pose. There were a lot of requests for wanting to have the bard's performance action available when they take screenshots with the group pose. So we have made it so that group pose can be activated while playing an instrument.
さらにですね、ちょっと特殊なんですけど、カンパニーアクションに、衰弱軽減っていう効果があってですね、ちょっとこれやっぱりレイドを考えると、実は地味に強すぎるので、まあ、これがまあ、ゼツも今作ってますけど、ちょっとこれを、効果を変えさせていただいて、都市内スプリント効果時間延長というやつに置き換えました。
And then the next item you see here, the company action back on your feet will be replaced with an action that extends sprint duration within cities. So this is the company action that allows for you to, I guess it lessens the amount of like when you're running around, and it's I'm sorry. And so when you use it in the different raids, it tends to be a little OP, and we also have to consider ultimate content as well. So that's why we replaced it so that it is just for the extends the sprint duration within the cities.
ですのでこれを使っておくと、都市内スプリントが長く続きますし、こいつが切れる頃には次のスプリントのリキャストが戻ってきておりみたいな、っていう感じで、なので、こちらを使ってですね、都市内を快適に過ごしていただければと思います。
So if this action is in effect, hopefully it will last while you have sprint affected, and then it'll continue until the next recast is ready.
そしてですね、軍票交換品にですね、大量に余ってる方もいらっしゃると思うので、ランダムなミニオンマウントが入手できるボックスを交換品として追加しました。
これは。
And then the last point says, items containing a random minion or mount will be added to the Grand Company Seal Exchange. I'm sure a lot of you still have a whole bunch of those Grand Company seals, so you can exchange it for a random minion or mount.
余ってんなら回しとくかみたいな。
そういうことですね。
You have enough of it, so might as well use it, right?
というわけで、
はい、いいですね。楽しそう。
ランダムなミニオン、マウントが入手できる。必ずとは書いてない。お、どうなんだろう。
Oh, you gotta take notice. This is a random minion or mount. It doesn't say it is guaranteed.
どうなんだろう。また花火が出てきたりするのかしら。
So it's not guaranteed that it's a minion or mount. You know, you might end up with like firecrackers again.
そちらは開けてみてのお楽しみとさせて。
I think I'm gonna call it there for now. Getting too tired.
Yeah. I hear you.
And I don't know how much longer. They could go for another like 3 or 4 hours. I'll watch someone else's stream, and if I find anything really important, then I'll make a stream or something. We'll talk about it. But yeah, so far, what would you think?
Pretty cool.
Look, you haven't seen the job action trailers. Let's do that real quick. Where's my mouse? There it is. Oh, let's do that real fast while you are here. Let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, see, some of these live letters go 6 to 8 hours. Here it is. And I don't have time to watch an 8-hour stream. Yeah, a little loud. I use that first. But they changed the UIs a lot of these. Some of them, they reduced them, so you don't need so many of them. Instead of 3, you only need 2 twos to get the eye open. And they give them more AoEs. That's pretty cool. Here's your guy. first. We got a new bubble shield. New thunder move.
What's this again? Red Mage?
Yeah, this is Red Mage. That's a new move. New finisher. Scholar.
Oh.
They're changing the healers to two distinct healers. You got shield healers and straight main, like, burst healers. Like, White Mage is a burst healer, Scholar's a shield healer. Astrologian's a burst healer, I think, and they're making Sage shield healer. Dark Knight. I don't really see it. Well, there's something in the well. I didn't see too much of the Dark Knight's new. We're getting some more dances, I believe. Big old Phoenix attack. Interesting. Machinist. Just more badass machinists. Machinists you can't do much more with. They really we got a shotgun now. They really did a good job with Machinist last expansion, so
yeah.
And now you got blade shots. Oh, you're a robot friend. Gunbreaker. I think Gunbreaker just got some more added onto it. Gunbreaker was a pretty solid job. I like that smoothness, how fast it is. And they added a new bullet too. They added, instead of 2 bullets, now you get 3. A lot of people felt bad about Bard. They're like, Bard doesn't look like he had anything, really. It's the only dot class still. You got rid of all the dots from Summoner. Kind of cool, little meteor. Samurai. I do like Samurai's AF gear. Looks pretty good. Oh, that was... I didn't realize that was a new one. That's an AoE one. Third eye. Double flash. Monk got pretty good changes. I do like that flash, it's pretty cool. White mage, of course. White mage is just more white magey. Its own little like healing flower. It's so like a flower on the ground that just heals people. You can stick your flower somewhere on the field, like away from you, and just let it heal everybody over there, and you just heal everybody on this side. Ninja. I like the electricity. Black mage just gets more black magey. It's like, how many more explosions can we give a black mage? Let's find out. I guess these give them level 5 spells. Thunder 5, Fire 5. Elemental Blast, maybe. The Fire and Ice. Here's your sage. I do like the sage. If I want to be a healer, sage is probably where I go. Like, look at those laser blasts. It's sick. This is my monk. They made like a shadow form and a light form. They have two different ones. Right now, it's just got a shadow. I think it's yin and yang form. I think that's what they're saying. Oh, here it is. Here's somewhere. There you go, Nathan. Summoner at last. Your normal attack. Alright, Bahamut right off the bat. But look at his attacks. He now has like Bahamut attack instead of like normal attack.
Yeah, but is Bahamut the one attacking, or is the person attacking?
Bahamut's attacking him. There's Garuda. Your son Garuda does his big attack. But now watch, your summoner does. See that? Now you have all your attacks are wind. Titan. Big attack. Now you got earth attacks. Like all your spells turn into like the element of what it's going to summon. I think that's badass. I actually like Titan's abilities. I think they're pretty cool. Ifrit. Jumps in, blast. You got like a charge and then like a portal blast. And Phoenix comes out. Here's Reaper. This is the class I think is freaking sick. This is what Dark Knight should kind of be. Seeing this? Possessed mode. Badass. Here's your paladin. Paladin got a bunch of new stuff. You should see, like, it got this like giant blade combo. comes. Blam. 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 Pound's like, hey, warrior, you know that one foul cleave you love so much? Here's mine. Rain of swords. So, yeah. So, what do you think about the changes of?
Pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Oh, my God.
No, dude, I'm exhausted.
Man, too. That was pretty awesome. Oh, 2 more weeks, though, added. I want to play Summer so bad, and I want to play Reaper so bad. And I want to know what's going on with the story. Damn it. Dude, I've been like counting down the days. Oh, well. Oh.
Is it like really good playable? When you're playing it? Do you lag much?
Not too much. Yeah, one day I was doing a live stream. I was kind of lagging a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I use my internet more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah.
That's good.
Tired. Damn. 2 more weeks. Bitch. Got me a new phone too, because my other phone's all screwed up.
Yeah.
I haven't got it updated. I gotta figure out how to get my phone number from now with this one, and I gotta activate the SIM card somehow. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Like I transferred everything over so it's like wire thing, and I thought it would add my phone number and everything to it, and then everybody keeps calling. It goes to my old phone. I'm like, what the hell?
That sucks.
But I'll figure it out. You thinking about getting back into 14 at all?
I wouldn't be able to right now. I'd have to wait.
Peter.
Yeah. I'd have to steal Michael's, although Michael hasn't been playing on his computer very much lately.
Yeah.
And
good knows he's never on there.
I'll figure out what I'm doing with my car first.
Yeah.
So right now, I have no car.
True. Are you able to get to work and everything?
Yeah, we have a rental right now. Through the insurance company, but that only lasts 1 more week.
That's true. Yeah, you'll have to figure out how to.
We'll go look at a truck tomorrow.
It's
an old 97 truck.
Hopefully it works.
It's like 4,500.
It's like, will it drive and will my gas not kill me?
The gas, my car was killing me in gas already. The Audi? Yeah, man, it was like $58 to fill it up.
Jeez, I know gas is high.
I was filling it up. I was filling it up like once a week.
Yeah, our van went from like $30 like every 2 weeks in gas to like $80 a week.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know that Let's Go Brandon's fault. That's right, I said it. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah. I don't know how he ever. I don't know.
He's too busy pooping his pants to do anything.
Freaking America, man.
Ah, well. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
Yeah. Hey, one of these days I'm going to do a live stream with you. We're going to react to a dude's video that's freaking hilarious. I can find it. It's another creator. He did this like whole like video where he like did like the main scenario in like 20 minutes, but was like animated, and it's hilarious.
Main scenario of what?
Of 14.
Oh.
See if I can find it real quick. I'll show you. And I need to do a reaction to it because it's so damn funny. It's this guy right here, Pent. This is it right here. I'm not showing you anyway. Right here, this violence one. It's Pent. It's so freaking funny. It's 15 minutes long, so we'll have to do it in a different video. But it's I watched it and I was laughing the entire time. How funny it is. It's like how I enslaved my guild. He's talking about how female towers are evil, beyond evil, and I was laughing. I was like, oh my god. Oh, I gotta get to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you everybody for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun stream.
Hopefully, please share, and subscribe if you haven't. If you're there, whatever.
I don't even know if I'm caught up in the story. I'm probably like way behind.
Well, I know you finished 5.0, but I don't remember where you actually left at. I think it's right after 5.0. I think is when you quit.
I was doing some stuff after 5.0. I was almost caught up to you, I think, for a little bit, and then
yeah. It doesn't take long to catch up the main scenario. It's just like the rest of it that takes a while.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Thank you, and we're out.